All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Ohio Association for College Admission Counseling Transfer Virtual College Fair. Thank you so much for joining us today. As our attendees roll in, I'm just going to go through a few housekeeping announcements before we get started. As attendees, you can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. I do recommend using that throughout the entirety of our 45-minute presentation, and our panelists would be more than happy to get your questions answered. A reminder that your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists can't see or hear you. The only way to get those questions asked and answered is using that Q&A button. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so feel free to sign up for more at strivescan.com/Ohio. We do have another hour of presentations after this, and this presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at strivescan.com/Ohio. So without any further ado, I'd like to turn it over to our first presenter from the Pittsburgh Institute of Aeronautics. Hey, Laura, you're just on mute.
Hello, I'm Laura, Pittsburgh Institute of Aeronautics. I'm located out of the Youngstown, Ohio school. Today, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about our program and what we have to offer. Again, I want to let you know here, we're over 90 years old. A little more information about us. We were ranked #1 by Forbes magazine. They actually came out, they toured our facilities, they went through our schools, and after going through all the other facilities in the country, we came out #1. Why? The cost of the education, the quality of the education, and the amount of money you're going to make afterwards. I'll keep connecting the dots here and explaining it to you. This tells a little bit about our program and what we...
When you think of a career as a mechanic, often the first thing that comes to mind is working in an auto shop, doing the repair and maintenance on our everyday vehicles. But what about those vehicles that travel thousands of miles in mere hours, transporting goods and people across the world as part of their everyday commute? Aviation maintenance technicians are the men and women who ensure the safety and reliability of our aircraft each day. Before a plane takes off, an AMT has worked tirelessly to ensure that the aircraft is mechanically safe to fly. By diagnosing mechanical and electrical problems, completing routine inspections, repairing damage to wings, landing gears, and other components, and certifying that aircraft meets the standards set forth by the FAA. This work is led by an elite group of professionals known as AMP mechanics, who train for a minimum of 1,900 hours to understand the complex and unique systems that make up an aircraft, working on planes, jets, drones, blimps, helicopters, or rockets. Their highly specialized skill set makes them sought-after employees, not only in the aviation sector, but in many non-aviation related fields. If you are seeking a career that is fast-paced, challenging, and hands-on, then a career as an aviation maintenance technician might be right for you.
So that explains a little bit about what we do. Over here, these are our campus locations. Our main campus is in Pittsburgh. This is where we house the associate degrees. Also, we have a campus in Youngstown, Ohio, Hagerstown, Maryland, and Myrtle Beach. These are our 16-month programs. Right here is our Youngstown campus. It's a 16-month program, 8 to 2:30. You test for your airframe, you test for your power plant, and you walk out with an airframe power plant federal government license to touch anything in this country that flies. Airplane, helicopter, drones, and blimps. Over here, a little more about the industry. You could go into working on helicopters. Every hour a helicopter is in the air, it needs a half hour of maintenance. Also, in Ohio, we have a lot of our students that end up working in the aviation industry with energy. That's First Energy. Now, again, you will not be repairing lines, you will be maintaining the helicopter fleet. Cargo, right now, cargo is it. 72% of our merchandise that we order online has to be put into a cargo plane. We certify, we repair, and we build that aircraft to go back up in the air. Over here, a little bit more about us, aerospace. This is another part of the industry you can work in. We are accredited, we're approved, and we're certified. And I want to let you know we have financial aid. Also, you can apply for in scholarship money. We are also military friendly. What we are not, I show this because we are not a huge campus. At our Youngstown school, we start 50 students at a time. We do 3 starts a year. So again, this is very small, intimate, but you learn from tip to toe about aircraft. We are hands-on. So from 8 to 2:30, you will have bookwork, you will have classwork, but you actually work on all this aircraft. Breaking down the skills. I'll let you see this video to explain that a little bit. To show that video to let you realize this is a tip-to-toe education. Also, this is our problem and why it's so in demand. 2% of our industry is under the age of 30. 76% of our workforce in the aircraft aviation industry is over the age of 50. My industry is just growing. I talk a lot about the AMT and also Insight the Flight Tech. That's a total different certification. That's an AET. We offer that in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Over here, we also offer the 21-month, the associates, and the 16-month program. Our graduation statistics, and I like to show this. This is just some of our information of placement. And if you'll notice, Youngstown, we have 100%, 43 out of 43 of our graduates are working with their airframe power plant certification. These are some of the actual employers who hire our PIA graduates.
Laura, I do have to move on to the next school. I'm sorry.
Sure.
But thank you. And up next, we will hear from Reed College.
Right. Hello, everybody. Nice to join you today. And I'm here to talk to you about Reed College. So shifting gears over to Portland, Oregon. So that's where Reed is located. And to help better kind of share a little bit about Reed, I wanted to share these facts with you while I'm kind of talking through some of the more kind of finer points. So hopefully this will kind of help you get to know the campus community a little bit. But at Reed, we're a small liberal arts college. We're a community of about 1,500 students, and we're primarily driven towards undergraduate education. So we only have one master's program that contains 10 students. So the rest of our academic portfolio would be for undergraduates. We have small student to faculty ratios. So right now they're 10-1, and not unheard of, but definitely very rare. At Reed, all of the classes are taught by our full faculty. So we don't have any adjuncts, we don't have any part-time faculty or teaching assistants. And we really lean into this idea in the classroom of conference-based learning. So in conference-based learning, students are really getting to engage with their faculty, their fellow students, and really get to explore kind of the topics at hand. And so that would kind of transcend throughout the academic time you have at Reed with small class sizes. So on average, it's about 15 students would be in a class with you. And it is very collaborative and kind of focused on that type of engagement. And with all of that being said, we really believe in living a life of the mind. So the idea at Reed is students are really getting to explore under the liberal arts backdrop. So students get to take a variety of different classes to satisfy the different group requirements, the different major requirements, And that could also be potentially exploring an interdisciplinary major as well. So there's a lot of different options, especially for incoming transfer students who are, kind of looking to finish successfully and strong. And in terms of outcomes, we see a lot of success when students are here. We have an 81% graduation rate, so it is a very high graduation rate. And we're also the fourth highest producer of students that go on to graduate and PhD programs as well. So even though we're a small liberal arts college, we do a really good job of preparing students for their next steps. And I know I mentioned that we're, in the beautiful state of Oregon and in Portland. Portland is a very walkable city. So, it's definitely very easy to kind of get around. The campus itself is located in a suburban, quiet Southeast Portland neighborhood, but we're within about 15 to 20 minutes of the downtown core. So it's very easy to get downtown and kind of have those types of experiences while still kind of having that kind of quiet, natural kind of tree-lined campus, which we do occupy. I know a couple of the pictures kind of at least kind of give you that kind of glimpse of what that could look like. A couple of fun facts to kind of know about Reed is we have a functional nuclear reactor that students can actually work to be certified on and actually help to run and maintain. It's one of the few student-run nuclear reactors in the country as well. So I'd like to share a little bit about that. We also see a lot of students that come from outside of our home state of Oregon. So, we only have about 6% of our student body come from Oregon. So we see a lot of students that are considering us from around the country and around the world as well. Looking at the social scene at Reed, we also are very much into traditions. So I'd like to share one, that we do every year. It's called Paideia Week. And so during Paideia Week, I think this really kind of amplifies the idea of learning for the sake of learning, which I talked about earlier. In Paideia Week, anyone can teach on any subject they want. Doesn't matter what it is. So if you have something you're passionate about and you want to share with the community, during Paideia Week, which is a non-academic week, students can teach about anything that they want to share with the other members of the community. We also are really built around this idea of creating inclusive community. And what I mean by that is we don't have any exclusive clubs or groups. We don't have any varsity sports, fraternities, or sororities. It's full community participation. So if there's something you want to be involved in, you want to try, whether that's being on our campus radio station or joining our delicious cheese club, which is as delicious as it sounds if you like cheese, students can definitely do that. On the application side, we have a free application for anyone who decides to apply. We currently use the Common application. And at Reed, we do a holistic admission review. So, we're going to look at, your transcripts, your letters of recommendation, your essays. We really want to get to know you as a whole person. And on the financial aid side, I would say Reed leans into this idea of offering need-based financial aid. So with need-based financial aid, we will look at what it looks like your need is to attend Reed and put together a financial aid package to make, attendance hopefully possible for you. If that sounds intriguing, I would encourage you to get in touch with us. You can reach me at admission@reed.edu, and I'll also share my contact information in the chat as well. But I really appreciate your time and thank you so much.
Great. Thank you so much. And next, we will hear from Regent University.
All right, hopefully you guys can hear me okay. My name is Bridget Miller. I'm from Regent University. I'm joined by my colleague Cindy on the back end to answer questions as well. So if you have any questions, feel free to use that Q&A feature. If you've never heard of Regent, we are a 4-year private Christian university. We're located in beautiful Virginia Beach, Virginia, and we're currently open for tours as well, both group and individual. So we definitely welcome you to come and look at the campus. We offer over 135 different programs of study that goes all the way from associates and certificates through doctoral programs as well. And if you're looking for a more classical approach to learning, we also have an honors college too. We have about 11,000 students at Regent total. 4,400 of those are undergraduates. They're either taking classes online or living on campus. And if you're looking to live on campus and study on campus, we have about 1,400. So we're kind of a medium to large size school with a small school feel, which is pretty great. About 90% of our full-time faculty hold the highest degree in their field or a terminal degree. So what's really great about that is you're going to get people with that are fully qualified to be teaching you. They have the highest degree in their field, but they also have practical experience as well. And a lot of those faculty are still working in the fields that they teach as well. Student to faculty ratio is 17:1. It gives you a small classroom dynamic, which helps you kind of build relationships with your peers, with your professors. That way you have a network when you're leaving the university as well. So student resources at Regent, we offer our students a lot of different resources. We like to say this is you in the center, and everything listed around it is what we're offering you to help you become a successful graduate or student or alumni of Regent University. My personal favorite is the career services. They help you with interview skills, resume writing, things like that. And you can also use that career services resource even after you graduate. So if you're a Regent graduate and 20 years from now you need help looking over your resume or whatever it may be, that resource is there for you. Student housing, excuse me, all of our student housing is apartment style. What that means is you have your own full kitchen and it's fully furnished. So because you have your full kitchen, we also don't require a meal plan, which I know is really great. That's an added expense for a lot of people. We do have free laundry, free gyms, and free Wi-Fi as well. We're kind of tucked away on a 70-acre plot of land, but we're also about 15 minutes from the beach in the middle of Virginia Beach. So you're kind of tucked away in with your privacy, but you also have the community to experience as well. We understand that funding your education is a huge factor in where you choose to go. About 85% of our students receive some type of financial aid, and it's one of our goals to make sure that if at all possible, you do not have to take out student loans to come to Regent. So whether that be funding your education through scholarships or grants or whatever it may be, we're kind of here to help you figure that out. The other thing to mention here is we do have a $10,000 Freedom Scholarship that is available for new applicants. This is actually able to be applied to specifically housing, which kind of sets that scholarship apart. A lot of scholarships can only be used towards tuition and fees, but that one is specific to residence halls. So that application is closing next month. If you're looking to transfer and be a student in the next fall, that is something to look into. It's called the $10,000 Freedom Scholarship. So we understand at Regent that your college experience, it involves every aspect of life, so everything outside of the classroom as well. We have a state-of-the-arts performing center where students can either watch or participate in several productions throughout the year. We have over 55 student-led organizations, so this is everything from surf club to moot court and everything in between. If we don't have what you're looking for in an organization, it is fairly easy to start one if you have a small group to be interested in the same thing as you. And then if you're interested in pursuing a military career or a military commission, we also have ROTC, both Army and Navy, and then we have Marine PLC as well. As I mentioned, Regent, we're located in coastal Virginia Beach. We're a short 15-minute drive to the boardwalk. In the state of Virginia, there's about 38 state parks and 21 national parks. So it's a perfect place to, venture out and explore over the weekends. Virginia is also home to several historic sites, places like historic Williamsburg. And then we're also only a few hours away from places like the Outer Banks and Washington, D.C. Again, we are open for tours, both group and individual, if you'd like to schedule one. And we would love for you to come check out the beautiful campus. If you're unable to join us, we also have a virtual campus tour that I will put a link to in the chat feature once I'm done talking, and you could take advantage of that as well. If you are looking to apply, you can apply online, or you can call and speak with one of our admissions counselors specific to transfer students, and they can often waive the application fee. Normally, the application is a $50 fee, but if you're calling in to apply, they can almost all the time waive that. So definitely give an admissions counselor a call if you're looking to apply so that they can do that and you can save a little bit of money. The email for that is listed here, undergrad@regent.edu, and then the phone number is as well. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much. Next, we will hear from Savannah College of Art and Design. Hi, Kelly Jo. I think you're just on mute.
Hi, everyone. My name's Kelly Jo. I am the Assistant Director of Admission with the Savannah College of Art and Design. I think my PowerPoint's frozen. Hang on one second. Of course. You can see like 2 words, can't you? Sorry about this, guys. Hang on one sec. No. There we go. There's some words populating, Matt.
Yes, they are.
Okay, perfect. Sorry, guys, having some technical difficulties there. So like I said, my name's Kelly Jo. I am the Assistant Director of Admission with the Savannah College of Art and Design. I am actually the regional representative for SCAD. So I live near Cincinnati, Ohio. And so I work with all of the students in the Midwest. I'm here to introduce you guys to SCAD. So just to take it back really quick, we were founded in 1978. So we're just over 40, pretty young as far as art and design universities go. This was the very first building where we started at SCAD. Become one of the most comprehensive and connected art and design universities in the world. So although we started down in the beautiful Savannah, Georgia, we now have multiple campus locations. So we are also in Atlanta, Georgia. We have a beautiful study abroad location in Lacoste, France. And then we do have our e-learning platform, which is completely online. So one of my favorite things about SCAD is that once a student is accepted, they're actually accepted to every campus, and you have the opportunity to study at each one of them if you want to. So you can start in one location, finish in another, and it's really a great opportunity to get to study abroad, see the world. And then even with our e-learning platform, we do offer some programs completely online. So even if you want to stay at home and get an entire bachelor's degree online or master's, we do offer those, as well as, let's say you get an internship opportunity in New York City or San Francisco, you can go do that internship and then still take advantage of taking some classes online. So with all of our programs, we actually now have about 15,000 students at SCAD. This is one of my favorite things. We've got students coming from all 50 states, more than 100 countries. We are really diverse at SCAD. We've got about a 26% international population. So about a quarter of our students are coming from other countries, which is really cool. We also have been growing in our program since we started. We now offer over 40 majors. We've got over 75 different minors in the artistic and creative fields. So yes, we do have the normal, what you might typically think of for an art and design university, right? We've got sculpture, but we've got so much more than that. We've got animation, fashion, film and television, architecture. We've recently started a couple of new programs. For example, the Business of Beauty and Fragrance is going to be one of our programs really dedicated to marketing, advertising. Same thing with the social strategy and management program. It's all about using social media for advertising and marketing. So definitely a lot of different options as far as majors and minors go. And what's really cool is that you don't have to know right away coming in. Every freshman actually comes in undecided. You don't have to have a program decided when you come in or as a transfer student. But with all of our majors and minors, we've got over 100 different degree programs, which is more than any other art and design university. But speaking of numbers, I got to tell you guys my favorite one, which is our alumni employment rate. So I'm going to break this down. There's some data that goes into this. This is actually the data from spring 2019. So they're still working on all the 2020 data. But from spring 2019, 99% of our graduates were either employed or seeking further education or both within 10 months of graduating. And out of that 99% overall employment, 91% reported being employed in a creative field. So this right here really goes to show you the quality of a SCAD education, and that, yeah, you're coming in to get prepared for the degree, but you're also getting prepared to get a job afterwards, and a job in something you like doing. So our students get to land internships with Google and Disney, and we currently have students working at Netflix and Chanel and Pixar. We currently have students at Apple and Spotify and Instagram. So it really goes to show you that our students get to do what they love, and it all happens from the internships that we have, from the networking connections. So really getting to be what they want to do and follow their dreams, as cheesy as it sounds. If any of this has sounded good for you guys, definitely check out our website, scad.edu, where you can do all things SCAD. It's where you can apply. We're on rolling admission at SCAD. So the first step is to just start our 10-minute application. It only takes a few minutes to fill out your basic info. Once you do that, you get connected to an admission advisor who's going to walk you through those next steps of the application. And you've definitely got to come down and visit in person, the best way to see it. And that way you can connect with your advisor in person if you want to. So if you'd like to come down, we are open for in-person tours currently. So if you do want to come down and visit either our Savannah or Atlanta locations, you can actually schedule a tour right now at scad.edu/visit. Or if you'd like to just do a virtual tour, you can also do that as well. The same link here will link you to the virtual tour as well as scheduling an in-person tour. So if any of this is sounding good, you can also do the QR code here with your phone. So that way, if you want to get the information, it'll pop right up on your phone. So you can put in your email address and we'll send you some more info. And then lastly, I wanted to get my contact information. So once again, I'm your regional rep. I live in Cincinnati. So thank you guys again for your time, and so excited to be here today.
Great. Thank you so much. And next we will hear from Southeastern University.
Awesome. All right. Well, hey, y'all. It's good to be on here today. So my name is Tyler Hildress. I'm representing Southeastern University, and I'm going to get us started actually with the video here. So hopefully the audio is going to come through. Let's see. Coming through for y'all?
Yep, it's working.
Fire up. It's that feeling deep in your bones. That desire to be part of something bigger than yourself. It's what drives us, propels us. It's what brought you here. Together, we believe. We dream. We strive for the impossible. Innovation is our fuel. Community is our breath. We discover. We push boundaries. Experiencing life as it was created to be. So fire up your imagination. To chase. To create. To dare. Fire up to be the change this world is waiting for. We are waiting for you.
Awesome. Okay, so as you can see, there's a lot going on our campus. Let's see if I can get the rest of this presentation going. There's a lot going on. We have a football team, of course. We have got a lot of different offerings here on campus. We've got a lot of degree programs, but we are located in Lakeland, Florida. And let me just reshare my screen with you now. But we're in Lakeland, Florida. So if you don't know where that is, it's right between Orlando and Tampa. It's a great spot. And it really is just an incredible place to go to school. I was a student here. I transferred in just a couple years back myself. So I know the difficulties of transferring, but it's worth it. I think if you find the right school, and it sounds like there are a lot of great schools here today, it is worth the work in transferring. So we have a lot of students from all over the place, every state, over 53 international areas that are represented. So we really do have a diverse campus. And I'll say that's important because as a private Christian university, that's not always the case. Now about myself, I graduated just 2 years ago. I am getting a master's degree now in leadership. Between undergrad and graduate, by the way, we offer over 100 degree programs. So we have a lot of programs that you can get involved in. I majored in kinesiology and loved that. I was a part of the football team for a while. I was a resident assistant, which is a great scholarship too. And then I also got to oversee some of our visit teams. So would love to have you get a tour, come visit campus, or we can give you a virtual tour as well. And those are all things that we'd love to offer that I got to be a part of here too. So how did I end up at SU? Well, I'm from Daytona Beach and I went way up to Minnesota. And if you know anything about Daytona Beach, it's nothing like Minnesota. So if any of you are in a place that's cold like that, you can come down where it's warm. Of course, there are great things about Minnesota too, but I miss family. I knew that SU was the right fit for me culturally, that being a private Christian university, I could grow in my faith while also growing in the classroom, growing professionally, and then also having social opportunities around me. So that amount of things for me was really what sold me on the school. And of course, since being here has sold me on staying full time and now being able to talk to students about what it may look like for them. Now, some academic highlights. Of course, this is why you're going to school. So our 5 most popular majors would be kinesiology, psychology, biological science with various concentrations, the Bachelor of Social Work, and of course, elementary education. So those are just a couple of them, but 5 of our most popular. Now, our newest majors are in aviation, you may have seen on the video, political science, tourism and hospitality management, that falls under our business college with a lot of marketing to do there. And then language, culture, and trade as well is new for us, but really, really getting off the ground here quickly. So some very, very exciting things upcoming there with our new majors. Now, nursing, my fiance, actually, we're getting married in a couple of months, graduated last year from a nursing college, and she works now in Tampa as a nursing student. So she could tell you better than I could just how amazing the program was for her, but they have an incredible pass rate on the NCLEX. And of course, it's not just getting that pass rate that's important to us, but it's also growing nurses that are going to go out and being able to witness as a Christian and growing professionally beyond just the classroom. So incredible what they're doing in the program. Very, very well done. And we have a lot of hospitals in Lakeland that we get to partner with there. Now, education, 95% of our education graduates are offered teaching positions often before they even graduate. And that's actually a common theme, but many of our students are being asked about before they graduate. And so it's amazing to show that 95% of our education majors are being offered immediately. Now, accounting, we also have a great statistic there with an 85% pass rate. And that is, if you know anything about accounting, that is a high percentage and that is a difficult test. So it's one of the highest there in Florida, and we're very proud of that. Now, a couple of mission updates for you. We're test optional. We can give you a full campus experience, and we can offer you scholarships up to $13,000 a year. And we can also give you a free application waiver code. So a lot to do there in admission, but we'd love to have you apply. And if you have any questions, please do reach out to me. I'll put my information in the chat box below. Thanks.
Great. Thank you so much. And lastly, we will hear from the University of Akron.
Hello, my name is Helen, and I am with the University of Akron. Sorry. Okay. So a little bit of information on the University of Akron. I first want to start out and just share what we have to offer, specifically our transfer students. So I work in the Transfer and Adult Student Enrollment Center, and some of the services we offer one-on-one appointments. Those can be done in person or remote. So one of the things that our transfer students really benefit from is getting an unofficial credit evaluation to find out how their credits are going to transfer. The transfer office helps students plan for transfer kind of in all stages of their academic history. So whether you are planning to transfer or you are ready to make that transfer and you just need to kind of get walked through the admissions process, our office can help you. And then we can also assist our veteran students. So our office evaluates the military joint services transcript, and we can also get you connected with our military services center, who can help you out with the DD 214 and GI Bill. So some campus highlights from the University of Akron. We have around 19,200 students in our undergraduate class. The average class size is going to be 25 to 30, and then our student to faculty ratio is still just 18 to 1. There are over 4,000 organizations and companies that want to partner with our students through our Career Services Center because they want to have our students as interns, as current employees, and employees once they graduate. So our academics, we have over 200 undergraduate majors. I listed some of the most popular areas of studies here, but we also have certificates, minors. We have graduate programs and PhD. So if you're thinking about continuing on beyond your undergraduate degree, we definitely have a place for you. We also have a law school. And then another thing to just kind of touch on is we do have a newly launched uakron.edu/online. So if you're interested in a program that is completely online, we now have a one-stop shop to see all of those degree options. So I wanted to touch on a few program highlights. These programs are available completely online, and they tend to be more transfer friendly. So our Bachelor of Organizational Supervision is something, it's more a completer degree. So it's great for students who already have an applied associate's degree, or for students who have just maybe an accumulation of credits upwards of 60. So maybe you've switched around and you're just looking to get that bachelor's degree. The degree itself can be completed in 4 to 3 full-time semesters. So again, a very short window to graduate, or quick runway to graduation. And it gives you the skills to be able to go into a field that you may already have experience with and move on to manager type positions, leadership roles. We have an RN to BSN program. So if you already have completed an associate of nursing, possibly, this program helps you complete to your bachelor's degree, and it is also available all online. There is an in-person option as well, and that's an accelerated program as well with multiple start dates. Healthcare administration is a new degree program that we're offering completely online. It is transfer friendly, but it's really great for students who maybe started out in the healthcare field, maybe in nursing, and then once you got to clinicals, realized maybe it wasn't a good fit. So this pairs very well with those situations, or you may just know off the bat that that's the field that you want to be working in. And then communication is completely online, but it's also a program that is offered in person. And we have a few different communication tracks. So we have public relations, media studies, and we have structured organizational communication. So just to touch on tuition, for the year, if you are an Ohio resident, the tuition is around $11,635. So that is for a full year, so fall and spring. Non-Ohio residents will pay $15,500 for the 2 years, and that's for a full-time semester, tuition and fees. So full-time at the University of Akron is 12 to 18 credit hours, and those fees are going to include your parking, access to the rec, the home Zips games, and all of the different like tutoring services, computer labs, things like that. Transfer students are not required to live on campus, but they do have the option. But the price you see here is just the tuition. So the Akron Guarantee Scholarship is something that is available for transfer students, and no separate application is required. It's determined by your initial GPA coming in cumulatively. So if you have a few different schools you've transferred from, those would all be factored in, and it starts awarding at a 3 and then goes up. And then it also increases as you accumulate credits with the University of Akron. There's other scholarships available, some that you can apply for, some that you may automatically be considered for, but this is the main one for transfer students.
Sorry, Helen, I do have to cut you off as your 6 minutes is up. But at this time, we do have about 6 minutes left. So I'm going to invite all of our panelists to turn their cameras back on. And I'm just going to ask a couple questions to give our panelists an extra opportunity to chat, talk about their schools, and just talk about the transfer process. So we're going to go in the same presentation order, each school getting about 20 to 30 seconds. And the first question is, what advice would you give to someone going through the transfer process? I'll start first with the Pittsburgh Institute of Aeronautics.
The advice I would give you is actually go and do it. We have students that say, oh, they're going to transfer, they're going to look into the program. We make it real easy. We will actually even go and get your actual transcripts for you. And then we have a committee that actually looks. So if you've had any college courses, if you've had, upper math classes, they will look at all that at PIA. So the first step is just actually doing it.
Great, thank you. Next, Reed College.
No, I think my piece of advice is kind of some advice you're already taking. I think there's a lot of ways to connect virtually with a lot of these schools, potentially in person as well. But I know like at Reed, for example, like you can pretty much visit any class we're offering virtually right now. So I think there's a lot of like really incredible opportunities to kind of get to know the community. So I would say definitely take advantage of those and reach out to the schools you're interested in.
Great. Next, Regent University.
Yeah, I would say probably as you're going through the interview process and the essay writing process, that you don't just say what you think we want to hear. We want to get to know you as a student as a whole, and usually that's pretty transparent when that happens. So just be yourself during that whole process.
Great. Next, Savannah College of Art and Design.
Yeah, for us, I would say go ahead and just start that application. Even if you're just thinking about it, it's not committing. It's just to go ahead and get connected to a transfer advisor and start finding out what the next steps are as far as what transfers in and all that kind of fun stuff. So definitely just starting that first initial 10-minute application.
Great. Southeastern University.
Yeah, I would say that these are all great. So take all of those as advice, but I'd also say to look for some non-negotiables. If you're looking to transfer, then you should go to the right school. If you're not already at it, find those non-negotiables. For me, it was a small class size. It was opportunities in the area, and then it was being a private university. And so that's why SU was great for me. But everybody has different non-negotiables. So figure those out and hopefully you'll be able to find your fit.
Great. And lastly, for this question, the University of Akron.
Hi, I would just recommend trying to find out how your credits are going to transfer, just because that is going to tie into a lot of degree completion. So finding that out up front can make you maybe not as surprised later on.
Great. I think we have time for one more question. I do want to send a reminder to our attendees to use the Q&A if you guys have any questions about what you're hearing now or just anything in general. But my next question is going to be, what is your favorite event or tradition on campus? So we're going to start again with Pittsburgh Institute of Aeronautics.
So at Pittsburgh Institute of Aeronautics, we do something kind of neat. We actually have food trucks that come onto our campus area. Now, don't forget, we're located in airports that are actually working. In fact, the Youngstown Vienna campus is by the Air Reserve Station, but we bring in food trucks. And again, the students can go out, eat lunch, grab a meal. It's kind of neat. And they like when we plan those days when the food trucks come.
Awesome. Next, Reed College.
Yeah, I know I talked about one of my favorites during my presentation, our kind of Paideia week, but I would say another favorite for me is our Ren Fair, Renaissance Fair week. It's essentially happens every spring. It's like a big celebration when our students complete their senior thesis, which we do ask our students to do. But there's like art, there's celebration, there's community. I know this past year we did it virtually. I think we're optimistic to do it maybe sort of in person, at least kind of a hybrid this year. So we shall see, but a lot of fun, that tradition. So.
Awesome. Next, Regent University.
Yeah, mine's probably commissioning, which is a separate ceremony in addition to graduation, the commencement, where the dean will get with everybody one-on-one and kind of pray over them before they go into their industry after graduation.
Great. Next, Savannah College of Art and Design.
Yeah, I think one of my favorite events that we do on campus are our different fashion shows. So we hold fashion shows in Savannah and Atlanta, and they are really just so much fun. I don't know if any of you have ever seen America's Next Top Model, but Miss J. Alexander actually comes down and helps some of our models learn how to walk the runway, because students from all majors can participate in the fashion show. So it's a lot of fun just to get people involved, but that was definitely one of my favorite ones for sure.
Awesome. Next, Southeastern University.
Awesome. Yeah, we do Battle of the Dorms. So last year was right when COVID was going on. So we had to do within the dorm. It had to be a little bit different, but we're hoping that this next year we can be as full as we used to be. And we would do different competitions between every dorm. It's just a crazy night in the first week or two. And it's a great way to get to know students and have a lot of fun. And yeah, I loved it as a student, and I love going to watch now as a part of the faculty.
Awesome. And lastly, the University of Akron.
Yeah, my favorite tradition on campus. So we have the Mary School of Art at the University of Akron, and every towards the end of the fall semester, they have a holiday shop where their students, sell some of their projects, and you can buy them as gifts. So that's something that I always look forward to seeing, and also, I love shopping and then supporting the students as well. So.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone. That's all the time we have. I want to say thank you to our panelists and our attendees for joining us. We really appreciate you taking the time. When you close out of here, there'll be a quick 4-question survey. If you wouldn't mind filling that out, we'd really appreciate it, as we're always looking to make improvements on our events. Reminder, there is another hour, so if you want to sign up for more sessions, feel free to do that. And the recording of this session, as well as all other sessions, will be available at strivescan.com/Ohio. That's all the time we have today. Thank you, everyone, for joining us, and enjoy the rest of your day.